Shane. Simon, great to be here. I'm calling in from Ozark, Missouri, down here in my office. Kind of a last minute deal, but we've been doing this all day long. There's so many people. It's like a frenzy right now. People are in hysteria to get enrolled because this program is so good. It's just different than anything else out there, and it's got a real faith in the company.
Fantastic. Okay, Shane, I'll we call this call really short because we got Ari Maccabee on the call, and Ari, I know you put the call very quickly. You wanted to call quickly, and then invited to jump people on. I know Ari's got a big team on this call right now. So literally, with that said, I decided to put the call on and get you guys on. So I appreciate you guys coming on. I know how busy you are, but just before we get to that, guys, I just want to tell you a little bit about why I chose this company and I got on board. Okay, Ari, you'll know who I am and what I produce, and I produce millions of dollars. Built multiple companies, always been the top, one of the top earners in everything I do, and that's because I'm committed and serious. But we've had some challenges with a few different companies. We do get that in this industry. However, I know Shane gave me a call last night, and I was looking at another company, and Shane gave me a call, and he gave me an overview about what this company is doing. And, I'm an entrepreneur, I've got an open mind, and I listened, and I took real notice of what he was saying here, and that gave me the confidence, actually, I was so excited with what I heard. Troy come on the call. We had Scott on the call as well, who's one of the master distributors, and they were sharing what they've done in the last week. They only joined a week ago. I know they're crushing out 16 Bitcoins a day, and I'm used to big earnings, but I've not made that much money daily in my first week, so that really got my attention. And I jumped on board today with 4 Bitcoins. Okay, I'm going in with another 4 tomorrow. And 5% per day, you do the math on that, guys. You already know what it is. And that's just one side of the income. That doesn't include the binary side. And the binary is absolutely phenomenal because it's all about a team in the binary. And your pay and leg pays up to 25%. And that is massive. And Ari, we can do a lot of team things with that and talk about that at a later date. So I just want to share that with you guys. I'm building this massive, and again, I only signed up this today, guys. Today, literally a couple of hours ago. Shane will tell you that. So with that, I'm going to pass you back to Shane, and then Shane over to Troy, and you can have an overview of what's happening here. Over to you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Simon. Yeah, so everybody, this is. There's only one word just to describe this, and it's phenomenal. I think that's the word we're all using right now. So let me just give you guys a bit of a background of how I came into this. So obviously myself, I go back a little bit with Troy. We've been in another program together, which is it's Bitcoin related. It's in the pay it forward kind of system. And for whatever reason, that system didn't work out for both of us. And, like all of us, I was looking around for just for something very, very special. And obviously myself as a cryptopreneur, I'm doing this day and night, and I have a lot of opportunities sent to me on a daily basis, I guess, like some of you guys as well. And, for me, I really do take a step back and really evaluate a company before I go into it. So Troy did present this to me, and it's exactly what Simon said to you, exactly what happened to me. I looked at it all. The first time I knocked it back, I was busy, I was involved in something, but then when I had another look at it, I was like, wow, I've actually taken time to look at it, and I was like so impressed that I just signed up on the spot. And it feels like it was a year ago, but it was only a week ago, right, Troy? So, and a lot changes obviously on a daily and a weekly basis. So in the last days, I've obviously been positioning and bringing a lot of my big leaders into this, and it's blowing up. So I'm going to hand it over to Troy, and Troy will just give you an insight from his perspective and maybe just go into the basics of the earnings as well. Over to you, Troy.
Okay, Shane, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can everybody else?
Yeah, it's an honor to be on the call with you and Simon and the rest of the leaders here. I've been around the industry for over 25 years. I've worked with the master distributors. I've worked with the general manager of the company, Greg Agason, for probably 10 years. So it feels real good to know the people at the top. With some of the other companies out there, they're hiding in the shadows. You don't know who they are. You don't have customer support. We've got full customer support here, and I'm just getting ready to send out an email with a customer support link. Now, as far as making money, like Simon mentioned, making Bitcoin, last week was my first full week here because this company's less than 2 weeks old. It really started a week ago Tuesday. There was a few select people were positioned before that, but we're coming in just over the first week of a company, and it's real nice. And here's why it's so nice. You take last week, I was already had my my top position.
Internet password, right?
Okay, we can hear someone in the background. If you could just hit the mute button down in your lower left corner. Okay, thanks. So last week, about Wednesday.
Yulia, please mute your phone. There we go.
Oh, great. Yeah, that helps a lot. It's real easy to not mute a phone and forget about it. Could say something embarrassing. It's for all our protection. My position has been maxed out since last Wednesday. And maxed out, I mean, I've got 8 Bitcoin in my top position. And every night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, I max out at 16 Bitcoins. The company pays me 16 Bitcoins. And I turn around the next morning and I pay them back 8 Bitcoins to renew the contract. Because the contract is good. The contract you make with JETCOIN is to double your Bitcoin. Now, if you don't enroll anybody, your Bitcoin doubles in 40 days if you're at an 8 Bitcoin, a 4 or 8 Bitcoin position. If you're at a tenth of a Bitcoin on up to 2 Bitcoin,
join the meeting.
Your position doubles in 50 days. So your position's going to double in either 40 or 50 days if you don't enroll anybody. You know, if you just keep it a secret, you just want to be a passive investor, 4% or 5% a day, depending on where you position yourself, that's great. And here's why it's great. Because you know your risk. Every business person, and there's a lot of business people on this line, business people evaluate an opportunity by risk versus reward. And so here, you know your risk right up front. It's 20 days if you come in at 4 or 8 Bitcoin. It's 25 days if you come in at less than 4 Bitcoin. So you've got a risk of 20 or 25 days. No company ever goes out of business in the first 4 or 5 months, especially one that's put together as well as JETCOIN with the leadership team that's been assembled. But I've been assured by the management of this company that they have ran the projections for the returns of this company. They've ran them out 3 to 5 years. They ran them out 5 years, and everybody's confident this company, at the very least, will run for 3 years, and it should be sustainable with these payouts for 5 years. So we got a good 3 to 5 year run here.
Hey, you guys that are on your cell phone, can you please do us a favor and please mute, because it's driving people crazy. Be respectful.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ollie. So anyway, what we're looking at here is a company that pays out either 4% or 5% a day. And what that means to you, if you're a passive investor, if you don't tell anybody about this, is you'll double your money in 40 days or 50 days. You know, that's less than 2 months, guys. No company's ever been able to do this and never paid out like this on a system where it's got a sustainable business, where they're doing actual trading in the background to sustain these efforts. Now, I was just on the phone with Greg Agason, who's at the top of the company. He's really the administrator, works with the owners, works with the developer, works with the team of individuals that work with the developer. He put the support team in place.
Okay, can you mute your phone, please?
Hey, Simon, who's the host? Can somebody make me the host, and I'll make sure everybody's muted.
Shane, can you mute that noise, please?
Just hit mute all. Hit on participants mute all. There we go. Now, Troy, you got to unmute yourself.
Okay, I'm good. Can you hear me okay, Ari?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so we've got a company here where you can double your money passively in 40 days or 50 days, which is great news because most people aren't comfortable sharing an opportunity out there. Now, all of you on the phone probably most likely are, and so it gets even better. We pay up to 25% on the weak leg of the binary, and that's where the real leverage comes in here. Everybody starts, they say, I'm going to throw in a Bitcoin, I'm going to throw in 2 Bitcoin, I'm going to throw in 8 Bitcoin, or even a tenth of a Bitcoin and see if it works. When they see that countdown timer on the website on the top tick down until midnight, and it's real fun because I do this all the time. I open up my blockchain account, I open up my JETCOIN account, and I watch the timer count down to 11:59. And when that timer goes off, I hear a ding, and the Bitcoin is in my blockchain account. Now, they have some serious technology here. They have $700,000 worth of technology in the back office. This system they have is something that's proprietary, and there's no other Bitcoin company that I'm aware of that has this type of software that can deliver the Bitcoin that quickly to where it's supposed to go. You don't have to wait on the blockchain when it's blocked down because they've got their own wallet system where it goes directly to your wallet. So that's number one. That it works. When you watch those payouts going into your wallet, all of a sudden these passive investors say, you know what, I'm going to tell my kids about this. I'm going to tell my friend. I'm going to tell my boss. I'm going to tell my coworker. And they do. And all of a sudden, instead of doubling their account in 40 or 50 days, you're finding people doubling their account in 10 days, in 5 days, in 3 days, because that binary pay is so substantial. Now you can go to jet-coin.com and you can see the compensation plan there. That's not somebody's personal link. That's the company site, jet-coin.com. And you can see the compensation plan. So you can see that it's very generous in the binary pay, starting at 9%, going all the way to 25%, depending on how you position yourself. Now, the reason my account is doubling every single day is because I have more volume coming in, more Bitcoin coming in to my organization. My legs are balanced, and it didn't take long to do that. So what you can do is you can look in your back office. You've got volume on your right leg, volume on your left leg, and you take your shorter leg, you take it times 25% if you're at an 8 Bitcoin level, and then that's going to be your paycheck. That's going to be added to your trader pay, your trader bonus, which is the 4% or 5% a day. And that's going to be tallied up. And that's what every 24 hours, every night at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time, it's deposited into your wallet. And so that's so phenomenal. It's creating a situation here where people are coming in so fast, so hastily that they're making a lot of mistakes. So I wanted to throw it out here. If you guys are getting involved, number one, make sure you get a Gmail account, because when you add your wallet, there's a lot of high security with the system. And so when you add your wallet, you get an activation code in your email, and you have to copy that code out, put it in your back office. And that's a security feature so that people don't change your wallet with their wallet, hack into your site. But if you don't use a Gmail account, we're having some trouble with MSN. We're having some trouble with Hotmail. So I probably have 10 people a day that I have to help put an email that will work with the system. The other thing is the amount. When you enroll in this company, pay careful attention to what level you're coming in at, because we have people that think they can round it off. If you're coming in at 4 Bitcoin, for instance, copy and paste the 4.0 out of your JETCOIN back office on the enrollment page, copy it into your blockchain wallet or your Coinbase wallet or whichever wallet you're using. Copy and paste it, because it's real easy to make a mistake. We have people every day that are putting in 4.5 or 4.076, and how that gets in there, we don't know, but they don't copy and paste. They drag their fingers on the keyboard. The computer will not recognize an incorrect amount. So when you get enrolled, you copy and paste the address, the receiving wallet address. You copy and paste the amount, and you won't have any problems. Use a Gmail account. Other than that, our system is flawless. We've got a customer support team here, which a lot of companies don't have, that we just put in place this past week. We have a customer support email, which I'm going to be emailing out to the leaders here in a few minutes. And within a couple days, we're going to have a customer support link on the site where everybody can, that has an issue, can go ahead and have direct access with the support team. So that's real exciting. The last thing I want to cover is the longevity of the company and why I believe it's going to be around a long time. I was visiting with Greg Agason. Again, I said he's the general manager, or you could call him the administrator of the company. And he's got the, well, let me throw this out there. He protects the company. He protects the ownership. He protects the developers. He protects everybody involved with the company, which in turn protects all of us so that we don't have any issues with our paychecks coming in every night. Greg told me that he's looking down the road a year and a half. One thing he's looking down the road at is Bitcoin. To work with Bitcoin here in the US next year, you will be required to have a license. There's people that have got in trouble by selling Bitcoin in some states because they were charging commissions and they didn't have a license. You know, you can sell Bitcoin to anybody and you don't need a license, but if you're charging a 5% commission to make a little money selling your Bitcoin, you're using the US dollar, that's an issue. So Greg is looking forward a year and a half before this is even required, and he put in the licensing paperwork for JETCOIN out of New York this week. You know, so that tells me he's looking way down the road to protect this company. Another thing is, JETCOIN has a team of traders in Singapore right now. There's over 300 individuals in that firm. I don't know how many of them are tasked with trading the JETCOIN funds right now, but here's what I do know. Greg has stated that they have a second team of traders that has already signed on, and they will be activated and trading as soon as there's enough funds in the accounts that warrant a second team of traders. There's a third team of traders that he's in negotiations with to come in 3 to 6 months down the road if needed. There was another company out there that I was involved with, GladiaCoin, and some of you guys may know about that, but I was speaking with the master distributor of GladiaCoin, John Barksdale, one of the master distributors, just a few days ago. I caught him on his cell phone. He was going through customs into Hong Kong, or into, South Korea. He lives in Singapore, he's an American citizen. And he was going there to set up an exchange. He owns an exchange in Singapore called PrescottRegency.com, where he exchanges Bitcoins. And he does about $20 million a month volume. But I caught him going into South Korea because he was going to open an exchange there and cash in on that arbitrage between the price of Bitcoin in South Korea and the price of Bitcoin in Singapore. And you can get Bitcoin across any border, but you can't get the cash out. That's why you have to be there. So during that conversation, I asked him what happened to that company, GladiaCoin, why it is going out of business, why it's charging the fees, because it's a similar company, but it has nothing in connection with our company, JETCOIN. And he says, because you cannot trade, they made $2 billion with a B in 6 months. And he said, without owning your own exchange, you can't trade $2 billion. There is no way to use that kind of, volume. The thing with our company, this trade team out of Singapore has their own exchange. And these other trade teams coming in, they have exchanges. They can handle this kind of volume. And so that's why Greg has shared with me that they've ran projections on this payout of 4% and 5%. They've ran them out for 5 years. 5 years. I've never seen a company in this space do that. And those projections say this is sustainable with our model, with our platform for 5 years. Now, if we could go 1 year, everybody on this call could have millions and millions of dollars in their pocket with this generous payout. But going 5 years, that's unheard of. GladiaCoin did $2 billion with a B in 6 months. We're going to surpass that, but we have the infrastructure to maintain that. And so we can maintain it up to 5 years, but say we only make it 3 years. Imagine what that can do for everybody on this call. You'll be absolutely financially set for life. Those of you that may not be familiar with Bitcoin, I'm a trader. I trade currencies. I trade the financial markets. I trade cryptocurrencies. I've traded futures, traded stock options. I'm a 25-year veteran of the trading industry, but I'm also a network marketer. And
guys, you gotta mute your phones. Okay, user, mute your phone. 618. There's another phone number out there. 618-969-0923. Mute your phone.
Oh, that's a lot better. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. So anyway, I've been trading a long time, and with this cryptocurrency craze right now, it's the easiest time to make money in the crypto markets. Some of the trades that I've been privy to that have been passed down to me from the guys that are behind the scenes, they're making crazy money. They're making up to 100% a day. I have made as much as 400% in 2 weeks personally trading the cryptocurrency markets without leverage. And I could get into that, but that'll take us away from the conversation here. So we've got real trading. We've got a long-term plan. We've got a platform that can pay everybody and pay everybody for the long term. And with that in place, why wouldn't you want to get involved? The risk, we talked about that up front. You got a risk of 20 days. Your reward, that comes in 40 days. That's a month and a half. It's just incredible. And that's on the passive side, and on the binary pay, my account every night is doubled at 16 Bitcoins. Some of the people on this call have seen my back office. Every morning I throw in 8 Bitcoins, and every evening at 16 Bitcoins I get paid. And I've got a carryover balance this morning of 15 Bitcoins. That means if I only had 1 Bitcoin of volume in my organization today, I'd still get paid out 16 Bitcoins. My sponsor, who are the master distributors in the sheriff position, Scott Chandler out of Alabama, Brent Robinson out of Michigan, they showed me their back office 3 days ago. They had, on their top position, they had 57 Bitcoins that were held over, carryover, pending volume, because you can only get paid a maximum of 16 Bitcoins a day. They had 57 Bitcoins. So if and today they told me that it's so high now that if nobody enrolled or created any new volume in the organization for the next month, they would have 16 Bitcoins a day coming in off that top position, because that holdover stays there. And this is in 2 weeks, guys, 2 weeks. People are hungry for this. And I'm going to wrap up with this. I've been around the network marketing industry for 25 years. I've been a leader in nutritional companies like Advocare and Sango, and I've been a master distributor with a company called Acquire Benefits Group, and I've been with dozens of companies. Now, some of them go out of business, some of them disappear, some of them will throw you out because you're making too much money. I've had to sue companies to get my cash, but nothing's ever been like this. You're paid directly to your wallet. Nobody can take it away. You're paid every day. Every time you come up with 0.03, if you've got a 1/10 of a Bitcoin position, they collect the money in the back office. You're paid every day, but as soon as it adds up to 0.03 of a Bitcoin, it's paid directly to your wallet. So they're paying you. The money's going into your wallet. It's yours to spend. Now, I had a point, and I messed myself up here, but this is where we're at with this company. We've got all the leaders in the industry, and since I've been involved in trading, I knew Bitcoin was a big deal a year ago when it was at $400 a Bitcoin, and I subscribed to several trade publications and paid publications, and they all said that Bitcoin was going to hit $1,000 last year. Now, Bitcoin did hit 1,000 last year. In fact, it hit the same price as gold on New Year's Day, tied it, dropped back to about $800, and then started rising again. And today we got $2,500 Bitcoin. Those same experts that actually predicted that are predicting that Bitcoin is going to hit $10,000 to $15,000 per Bitcoin by February of next year. In fact, I don't know if you know who Cliff High is. He used to work for Microsoft. He was a troubleshooter, went all over the world, fixed the bugs in Microsoft software. But you can look him up on YouTube, Cliff High. Because of his web bot software that scans the web, he says Bitcoin is going to hit.
Live.
I wrote it down here. 13,000.
Jason, mute your phone.
Showing us. Okay.
Jason, mute your phone. You guys are lucky I'm not the host, because if I was a host, I'd be kicking your asses off. Be respectful.
Cliff High from halfpasthuman.com. He says Bitcoin, and you can Google him or look him up on YouTube and see the same video. He says Bitcoin is going to hit $13,800 per Bitcoin by February of next year. Now imagine if you collected just 100 Bitcoin with this program this year, and everybody on this call can collect 100 Bitcoin. When it hits 10,000, you're a millionaire. When it hits 13,000, you know, you guys do the math. This is incredibly exciting time to be alive. The fiat currencies are failing. Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies are increasing in value almost every day. Some of them are increasing at a lot higher rate than Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is the standard. They're all traded against the Bitcoin. If you can fill your pockets with Bitcoin, even 10, even 50, even 100, the CEO of PayPal, everybody's heard of PayPal. The CEO of PayPal has made a prediction that Bitcoin is going to hit $1 million. The first investor in Snapchat, he made a prediction that's going to hit $500,000 a Bitcoin in the next 5 to 10 years. Bitcoin's going up. What we want to do, you can make a lot of Bitcoin here. You don't want to spend them all. Make sure you save some Bitcoin, because that will make you just as much as what this platform will do. This platform is here to accumulate Bitcoin. It's going to help everybody on this call accumulate Bitcoin at a massive, massive rate. Like me, on just my top position, I'm making 16 Bitcoin a day. Now my net is 8 Bitcoin a day because I have to renew my contract. The company does what they say they're going to do. They double my Bitcoin contract. I have to start a new contract every day because my contract is doubled. But that's 8 Bitcoin a day. 8 Bitcoin a day at today's price. We'll just round it off to 2,500 a Bitcoin. That's $20,000 a day. I've been in this 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You guys can all do it. You guys are better marketers than I am. I'm just friends with the right people, and I've got a history with trading and cryptocurrency, so I recognize the opportunity. When my 20-year friends Brent Robinson and Scott Chandler called me up and said, "Hey guys, we're the master distributors. We want you to be the first person we enroll." So guys, I'm going to turn it back over to Shane or Ari or Simon, whoever wants to take the floor, and I'll be here for questions. I'm going to mute out.
Hey, I do got a quick question, actually, real quick. Now, we have a team of traders, obviously, in Singapore. Do we have some type of proof of that?
We have Greg Agason, whom I've known for quite a long time, and I have a high degree of confidence in. And Greg Agason has direct contact with those people. So we've got Greg. Greg's job is to protect the company. You can imagine what would happen if people started calling up a trade group and saying, hey, I want to know about this. I want to know about that. If 10,000, 15,000, 100,000 distributors started calling every day, you can imagine what that would be. Same thing with the owners. They wish to remain anonymous. There's 3 owners. Here's what Greg told me about the owners, and this may make you feel good. Greg's got a net worth of about $50 million himself. So I highly doubt he'd be involved with anything that could jeopardize his net worth. Being an American citizen, being public, being in New York City, you know, that's a heck of a risk to take. But he said that the owners, he feels like one of those guys that's standing on a street corner with the cardboard sign around their neck saying, we'll work for food, when he talks to the owners. Because the owners, that's how wealthy they are. He said there's a lot of money behind this company, behind this platform. It's unlike, you know, anything else out there. So there's a lot of money behind this. We don't have the name of the trade program there. We don't, you know, Greg does. But
Yes, well, I mean, here's the thing. I respect that because I agree with you. We don't want people calling people up and causing a problem. But what I would like to do is maybe see if we can find like a video where somebody could basically do a walkthrough and they could show actual live trading and show trade logs and things like that. So we actually have real proof to refute all the naysayers.
Right, and I think we can do that. That's something I think we're going to be working on here real shortly. Me personally working on that. Because I do have a background in trading. The other thing Greg Agason has brought forward, he said they've already brought on a second team of traders because of this growth, and they will be engaging if and when we need them here in the next few months. And then there's a third team of traders they're negotiating with. So they're looking down the road. They're looking down the road, not just this year, but they're looking down the road next year and the year after. They want to make sure, you know, that this is the biggest thing that's ever been out there. I mean, I've never been part of anything like this, structured like this, that has, you know, there's real stuff going on in the background.
Yeah, that's the most important part, I think, to most of the guys on this call. I know myself, Darren, the guys that I got on this call, that's the reality. I mean, you know, we pride ourselves in trying to, you know, do good due diligence. That's why people follow us. So we want to make sure that, you know, we have something that can refute the naysayers, that can back it up, you know, whether it be a video or trade logs or whatever. If you get that for us, man, we'd really appreciate that. And we can bring some definite heat to this, man.
Well, we'll be working on that. Give us a few days, and we'll see what we can come up with.
Not a problem. Anybody else got any questions that are on this call?
I think everybody's speechless, Harry.
Yeah.
You know, one thing to remember about the tools, like this video you're requesting, other companies out there that are in this space, it takes them a month or two before they have anything, any videos, any tools. We've been in business. We speeded this up. It wasn't supposed to be launched yet. It was supposed to be still in beta testing, but they moved it up because all the things that happened over at GladiaCoin, and they wanted to give those people a chance to find something real to recoup their money. So if you know some people in GladiaCoin, you can bring them in here at 4% a day or 5% a day. They recover their losses. We don't like to see anybody get hurt. I wouldn't be involved with this if I thought anyone could get hurt. I'm looking for a long-term relationship here. And, you know, this team, you guys, you're on my team with Simon and with Shane and Shaz, Ari. If nobody enrolls in this team, my check is still going to be maxed out on my top position at 16 Bitcoin a day. I don't even need to be doing these calls because I'm maxed out. I can't make any more. I'm getting ready to start a new position and start building that because I'm here to support this team. but in 2 weeks I've maxed it out. I'm not trying to convince anyone to get involved here. I'm just trying to help out my friends. I'm trying to help out Simon. He doesn't need any help. He's a much better marketer than me. Jen and Chaz, they're better than me. And the way you get ahead in this is you go out and you recruit people that are way better than you. And you get 2 or 3 of those kind of people on your team, you don't have to worry about anything. So I'm turning it back to you, Ari.
That's perfect for me. I think you answered the questions that I had. I don't know, Madiba, anybody else on this call got any questions? Darren, Vitali, Alex? All right, I think we're good, man. Simon, I appreciate you arranging this as always. You know,
I have a question.
Okay.
You guys being here. For the binary to start working, people need to have an active package tested, right?
That's correct. You need an active package, and you also have to qualify that by one personally sponsored person on your left leg and one personally sponsored on your right leg. This is a 50-50 no flush binary. The points do store in the binary. And so it's very simple. It's a simple program. There's no fast start bonuses or anything like that. It's just a simple flat payout from 9% on up to 25%, depending on the size of your personal package that you purchase.
Even if people get the minimum one, they still get all the spillover from above, right?
That's correct. The spillover, it'll hold the position, it'll hold the volume on the binary. If they get the minimum position, the JC1, that's 0.05 of a Bitcoin, 1/20th of a Bitcoin, it will not pay the 4% a day. You have to have the JC2, which is 1/10 of a Bitcoin or higher, in order to enjoy the 4% per day trader bonus. So I tell everyone, don't even waste your money on that 0.05. It'll hold a position, but if you're going to get a position anyway, you might as well get 1/10 of a Bitcoin position so you can see that 4% coming in every day. And that's really motivating, and it'll be building value and putting value in your Bitcoin wallet even while you're building the binary. So if you want to get multiple positions, take the big one at the top. That's the one you're going to sponsor people under, and focus everything on that top position to get it to as quickly as possible to the black jet. Black jet is 8 Bitcoin. The icon in your back office is a black jet. So we say when you're a black jet, you're going to fly. And what happens is it gives you the highest percentage of that binary pay. So instead of splitting it up, 1/10 of a Bitcoin, 1/10 of a Bitcoin, focus on that top position, get it as high as possible so you make the most binary pay. And those 2 bottom positions at 1/10 of a Bitcoin, don't even worry about them unless you have more than 8 Bitcoin that you want to invest right up front. And if you do, go ahead and get a tri-pack or, 2 tri-packs or whatever you want to do.
Okay, cool, awesome. So all this, the spillover actually comes from many levels above from the sponsors, or only from directly the sponsor?
Well, it comes from many levels above, depending on where you're sponsored. Now, when I started this, I didn't have any volume because, I signed up with Scott and they said, here's our link. Go ahead and take the link. And so I had to build 2 legs. Now, they helped me on one leg, but the leg I was building on my own, and I had no spillover. This program is so easy to build. I blew their leg out in a week and a half. The company common leg had 600 and it's got about 700 people on it today. The leg I was building has close to 2,000 people on it today. So I had to go back over, I guess it's about 900 probably on that company leg. But the thing is, it starts with you. You bring in 2 or 3 good leaders that go to work, you'll have 1,000 people on your leg in 2 weeks. And there's one leg you share with your sponsor. So because you need a personally sponsored person, and on each leg, what you do is you take your first person, you find out what your common leg, what your sponsor is, and you place your first person there, and that qualifies you on that leg because it could grow fast. Then you log into your back office, you change your default leg to the opposite leg, Don't do it right away. If you do it too quickly, it can drag that person you sponsored over to the wrong leg. And so give it 10 to 15 minutes after you put them in to make sure they're fully activated. Switch your leg over and then start sponsoring. Go to work and that's it.
Hey, somebody there just popped on. Somebody's picture is on the screen. You need to mute. Hey guys, so here, check it out. I just want to show you guys something real quick because I think it's important you guys understand this. So here's basically what's happening. We haven't even got live. And what you guys need to focus on is, as I start to build, I'll try to work these outside legs, okay? Obviously, you guys want to try to build balanced, and you want to work your inside legs. So everybody try to work your inside legs as best you possibly can. You know, maybe we'll set something up through email, but I want you guys to understand the last time I worked a binary was about 16 months ago. I made $338,000 in 48 days. Okay, listen to what I just said. Cash in hand, $338,000 cash in hand in 48 days. Okay, the spillover can be phenomenal, guys. If we all work together, we can really make this happen. And I know, obviously, with Simon above us, we're going to get a lot of spillover regardless because we're at the top with him. So let's knock this out and let's really rock. And then Simon and I will maybe set up something where we can do like little webinars every once in a while, little mini meetings behind the scenes. Hey, somebody here has got their phone on. If your phone is on the screen, that's you. Let's see, 618-969-0923. Please mute. Same guy.
They won't know who they are.
Yes.
I think we're good anyway, bro. Let's rock.
Yeah, so I think we got it now, though, guys. I think we got all the information, and we can really knock this out. If anybody has any questions at the end, and ask now because we're about to get off this, guys. But I think we covered everything.
Ari, quick question. There is people, in order to lock up their position on the binary, have to pay, or there is a time frame where the company allows them to pay to lock up the position on the binary.
Yeah, you got to go in and you got to buy at least, I think he said 0.1, but if you want to actually get in and you want to earn, you said that was, how much did you say that was, 0.4? Is that what you said?
No, 0.05 will lock in a position, but you don't earn the passive 4% per day trader bonus. 0.1 of a Bitcoin, 1/10 of a Bitcoin allows you to earn trader bonus. So anything 0.1 or above, you're earning the 4% a day. Up to 2 Bitcoin, from 4 Bitcoin to 8 Bitcoin, you're earning 5% a day, which passively allows your Bitcoin to double every 40 days. That's unheard of. 40 days, a month and 10 days. So come in big. Your risk is only 20 days. You've got your principal back in 20 days. If you sponsor people, that binary pay counts toward the doubling of your contract. So you may double your contract in a day or 2 days or 3 days. I'm sure Ari's going to double his contract probably in 1 day or half a day. And he'll be throwing in another 8 Bitcoin tomorrow. So that was a great question, though.
Troy, real question, quick question. The time that it actually take the blockchain to do the confirmations, it's something that will impact on the time frame of people showing up on the tree, or it's automatically, or how actually the technology work in that aspect?
Okay, this software is unlike any software you've probably worked with in the past because it's immediate. When you go in and you press your blockchain wallet and you send your payment, by the time you get back to your dashboard in JETCOIN and click on yes, I've activated, it's that instant. You are activated. You'll have your referral link. There's no waiting. It's the fastest software I've seen in the Bitcoin space.
Oh, thank you. And another, just last question. As you see right now, I mean, you've been around, so you know that it's many companies that are suffering based on the hack attacks. They're all around the world. And obviously there is some they're real, some they're just fake. They're just trying to, you know, they already collect some money and they want to get out of the game. But my question to you, based on your experience, I mean, is these people are really secure in terms of protection, database, everything it's in place to have a longevity, and not that out of nowhere, you know, they say, oh, we're being hacked, or things like that.
Right, you're not going to hear that here. This security is the software is $750,000 worth, and the servers are employing top-notch security. It's like Fort Knox. Like Fort Knox, you're not going to see a problem here. We've got our main servers set up in Japan. That's where you could really say the company office is. We've got backup servers in Iceland, Thailand, and Singapore. Those are backups, but the main office is in Japan. That's where everything goes through, and that's because they have a real friendly political climate as far as Bitcoin goes. And so we don't think we'll have a problem, but we have backup, we have redundancies in place if there is a problem. The website's going to stay up. It doesn't shut down ever. The calculations are seamless, 24 hours a day. You're not going to have a problem here.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Ari. Appreciate it. That's all from me.
Yep, that's it, guys. All right, so I think we got everybody's questions answered. Let's go to work, man. Let's blow this up right now. Not tomorrow, right now.
Harry, you're a superstar.